I just want to say, this is my first Ghost Recon game I've ever played, so these are my thoughts, totally unbiased going into it for the first time. I'd like to say this game made a great first impression. Actually, I can say it, it did make a good first impression. The problem is, that was the demo, because what you do in the demo, about half of it, is what you're going to be doing for the first hour and a half of Ghost Recon Wildlands. Now that is, admittingly, a very small problem. It's just not how you want your game to start. It felt like backtracking already. Before we move on, before anything, you have to know that if you are buying this game to play by yourself, I would highly not recommend it. This is a game that was meant to, from the beginning, play with other people. And a stealth shooter like this is exactly why you want to have other people with you. The AI that will play with you if you're by yourself isn't all that bad, but it's going to be a lot more enjoyable and you're going to keep going for longer if you have other friends with you. The open world nature of this game allows for a very diverse range of options when confronting any situation in the game. The game allows you to go into these situations doing anything you want, going in any way you want. Although there is a very heavy stealth bias, obviously, it's Ghost Recon. If you choose to do things running and gunning, which is a perfectly fine way to play the game, you will be hurt though because enemies will call in reinforcements and helicopters, and it's like a Grand Theft Auto style of progressively more difficult stages of stars. You know, we got 1 through 5. If you continue to engage the enemy and kill them, it's going to get more difficult and more difficult until you either escape or you die. So in that way, it really pushes you to try to do it stealthy, which isn't that bad. Obviously, you try to get as far as you can in each, mission or whatever, doing stealth. Most of them, most of the time, end up you going loud anyways. Like I mentioned before, this is my first Ghost Recon game, so I don't know how the story has been in other Ghost Recon games. I'm assuming they've been much better, because if you were looking for a dynamic storyline in Ghost Recon Wildlands, you will be very, very disappointed. At first, I really thought it was going to be cool, because you're in Bolivia, taking down a cartel, and you have to go through the many tiers that the cartel has, starting from the lowest guys all the way to the cartel boss. But what it basically boils down to is each sector you collect information, you do missions to hurt the boss's rep and money flow. The boss, you then get a mission to kill the boss. 6 of those bosses, you get their boss, which is there's 4 of those guys, and you kill another guy above that guy. And once you kill all those guys, then you finally get to kill the cartel's main boss. It sounds very confusing, and it is. There's a total of 24 sectors, 24 mini-bosses you have to kill, and it gets very, very annoyingly repetitive. I remember in the demo I was saying, I really hope it branches out more. I really hope there's more things to do, because if it's just this 24 times in a row, it's going to get very, very repetitive. I'm not going to give away the ending, just that it's a bad ending. I'm not surprised. Almost every AAA game has bad endings nowadays. I'm not saying that I'm okay with bad endings, but I'm not surprised anymore. It's just another bad ending. Even though I just said all those things that might make the game seem bad, you do have these moments where you can do really cool things, these very cool moments, especially, only actually if you're playing with friends. Like I said, the make it or break it is, are you playing this game with people or by yourself? If you're playing by yourself, I wouldn't recommend it. It's just going to be, I personally would find it a grind. Even playing with friends, I thought it was a bit of a grind. But like I said, you have these very cool moments that only this game, as of right now, can offer, where you go into a square with like 10 guys and everyone takes out, you do the entire section stealthy. One mission in particular, there was like 25 guys in this massive villa, and we took them all out with no one getting alerted, and that felt really great because most of the time we suck. So you still get these very cool moments in this game, and if you're into first-person shooters, stealthy, and you have friends who are willing to buy the game, then I would get it. But be ready for a little bit of a rough ride. Bad ending, no story to speak of at all. We just started skipping cutscenes because it was just bad, and a very repetitive nature to it. If you can deal with those, I think you'll be fine. But if playing by yourself, I just wouldn't bother. Maybe when it's on sale, but just right now, no way. The customization for both your character and the guns is really extensive. The customization for your guy in particular is really, really good. I saw some funny reviews that are talking about how just extensive they are. You can make your guy literally exactly what you want. With the guns too, you have to find weapons and also attachments, and I think that'll keep you playing for a little bit. We stopped doing main missions, started going after weapons. I think that level of progression will keep you going for a little bit. Very extensive. I love the customization for both your guy. Just all these different attachments and stuff. Of course, some things you have to buy through Ubisoft Play and whatever with the awards, but overall, that was very, very good from Ghost Recon. Real quick thing, the fact that there's a full microtransaction, everything's fleshed out for guns and stuff. I'm not surprised. It's Ubisoft, we're all used to it, but it's still really annoying, especially because it feels like they could have put more effort into the story and stuff. I just had to add it. I just hate microtransactions in AAA games, but I just don't like it. Like I said, that's my take on the game, my first Ghost Recon game. I don't think it's a bad game, but I don't think it deserves the scores it's getting on Steam. It's all very positive. I'm like, this is a little suspicious. I think people played the game. The first 10 hours of this game are great, for the most part. If you didn't play the demo especially. First 10 hours with friends, awesome. I would have given it very positive. But past that mark, you start to see through the layers. It's just very repetitive. So I don't think it deserves all that high praise it's getting on Steam and other places. I do think it's a very solid game. I know some people had bugs and stuff. We have not had any problems whatsoever. It's one of the first multiplayer games, co-op-ish multiplayer, that have had no problems. So no real issues on that end that I can speak of personally. Alright guys, those are my thoughts. Tell me what you guys think. Did you buy the game? Are you having fun? Any cool moments? I've had some cool moments. Might be putting together a compilation of cool things that have happened, but you can look forward to that in the future. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you guys on the next one.